Hello Leo, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Leo for the middle of October. Do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and get into it here, Leo. Now I'm using the Gilded Tarot, the Before Tarot, and also the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. I think I have my deck flipped. Yeah, that's it. I don't read reversals. So, all right. Let's get all the cards out here. Cool. All right. Well, looks like the deck of cards is all mixed up, but that's all right. I'll just keep in mind that this came out reversed, the Ace of Pentacles, even though I don't read reversals. All right, make sure we're all set up here and in view. We'll get right into it. All right, energy on the bottom. You have the Ten of Cups. So Ten of Cups is really amazing card. This can say that you are really walking into or stepping into a period of complete happiness in your life. This is the metaphorical final cup at the end of the rainbow that you have achieved. The other thing about this Ten of Cups, it's sort of like the other side of abundance. Okay, the Ten of Cups, just like the Ten of Pentacles, is a card of abundance. The thing is, this is the other side of abundance. Okay, this is emotional fulfillment, emotional happiness, or like a windfall of happiness, good family energy. All of those, like a really big, healthy, happy family unit. All of these things are forms of abundance. And you can see it here. The young family owns the home behind them, which is, of course, a traditional way of building abundance, material abundance in the world. But, you know, this is about feeling good. This is about having your cup full, right? Filling your cup up. And you love to see the Ten of Cups here. This can also just talk about a completion in one's life. We have a very interesting reading here, mixed bag reading. We have double aces showing up here. There is something here about the kind of combination of happiness and money and kind of how those two things interlink, and maybe the effect that money has on your happiness here, or something about this that's showing up that seems to be very clear to me. We also have these double nines, which stuck out to me as soon as I pulled the card here, or I pulled the reading. But let's go ahead and dive in. So in the current situation, you have this Three of Cups. This refers to joy, celebration, happiness. This can also talk about your social circle, the people that you engage with. You can see the three friends here, or the three sisters dancing on the cups above. The cups are overflowing. Full, overflowing, and upright cups in tarot are always a good sign. And to get the Three of Cups here with the Ten of Cups, I do think that some of you just have a really nice group of people that you found or that you maybe cultivated. This could be your family, of course, but this could also be friends. This could also be some sort of club or social situation or social group that you're involved in. But I think that some of you here have like a really nice group of people, and this group or this family unit or this, whatever I'm trying to say, this social circle or whatever it is, you know, label it whatever, keeps you going. And, you know, I think that some of you really have some nice energy here around that. You also hear in the, now I also think that if that's not resonating, some of you have something in your life to celebrate. Like if you know, maybe you're like, okay, I'm going through issues with my friends, or you know, I'm going through issues with my family or whatever. I do think that some of you have something to celebrate here with the Three of Cups and the Ten of Cups. In the problem position, you have the Six of Pentacles. So the way that I would look at the Six of Pentacles in the problem position is kind of twofold. Number one, either you're trying to give from an empty cup, right? You're over giving. Or number two, there's something in your life that's imbalanced. There's an imbalance here. There's something that, there's an imbalance in your life when you get the Six of Pentacles. And whether, you know, you're giving too much or there's an imbalance in your life, this is all derived from a financial perspective, likely, because it's the Six of Pentacles. When I look at that, right? And or it's also, it could be derived from an energetic perspective, meaning you're giving too much energy to somebody, or you're giving too much energy to something, right? There's like, maybe you're putting in extra hours at work, i.e. giving too much energy, and you're not seeing like, you're not seeing the results, or people aren't appreciative of you going the extra mile, or there's a friend that you're giving too much energy to and they're just unappreciative, something like that here, right? And this could be, some of you might be trying to balance out something in your life. Like on one hand, what could be going on is you're giving too much to a work situation, but you have somebody to fall back on at home, or you have a good friend group or something like this here. On the other end, maybe it kind of depends on what situation you find yourself in, where what I'll say is, whatever situation, whether it's like, you're giving too much to work or you're giving too much to a group of people, there's maybe like an imbalance here, I think is just what's showing up in the cards at this time. In the past, you have the devil. You've known that this has been happening for some time. The devil is a toxic energy, maybe a toxic person. It's something that you need to stop doing, or it's something that you need to remove or rid from your life, whether this is a person or this is an event or a situation. The devil is that type of energy, right? And this can also be a card of greed, interestingly enough. Six of Pentacles in the problem position with the devil is like maybe like a greed energy, like greedy. Maybe somebody's being greedy in your family unit or something like this here. Or there's like maybe your employer is just take, right? Like you're giving a lot to your employer, or something like this here is going on at this time. I think some of you are really looking to, again, strike a nice balance between like happiness and material situations. Like there's something here about the kind of the way that those two things are interlinked or interwoven in your life, money and happiness here. In the future, you do have this Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands to me suggests in the future that you're going to be setting a boundary, or you're going to be drawing your line in the sand, and you're going to say that, look, this is the way it is. This is how I feel about the situation. This is my choice. This is my decision. I'm rolling with it. I'm doing this. And really not giving up, and really continuing to move forward with this Nine of Wands energy. And so the thing is, the worst thing with the Nine of Wands is to throw in the towel, because you're so close to completing something, or you're so close to setting that boundary, or you're so close to having that important conversation. Like when you get there, when you get to the Nine of Wands, you have to keep going forward, right? You have to keep going forward when you get that energy, especially in the future. There could be a test here. Nine of Wands it is like a card of a test as well, because it's the last card before you complete the journey of the Wands suit, and so it can kind of be like a test from the universe to see if you're ready, see if you're tough enough, and Now, in the areas of your consciousness here, what is in your mind or in your thoughts, you have the Nine of Swords. So this is a card of your thoughts. So when I get the Nine of Swords in a thoughts position or in a consciousness position here, it's like maybe something that could spill into rumination, okay, like racing thoughts or just an abundance of thoughts. The Nine of Swords for me is like the mental health card, and it could say that you're fearful of a potential in your life, or you are anxious about something, or you're stressed about something. This person's in the middle of a nightmare, and so I think it has to do with, for some of you, the interwoven energy of money and happiness. And I think for some of you, this is also maybe about, interestingly enough, about setting boundaries with a certain person here in your life. In the subconscious, this is what you can't see, or what's kind of percolating under the surface here. You have this Ace of Cups. There is a new beginning, okay? So I think it's one of these, the Ace of Cups says happiness arrives, or love arrives in your life. And, I think this is one of these situations where there's a lot going on in your mind. Like you might be storytelling at this moment. Like or you might be catastrophe thinking, when it's a situation where like as soon as you draw that line in the sand, or as soon as you take that first step, everything's going to unfold with you. But you have to draw the line in the sand. You have to take the first step. The universe can't do that for you. You have to do that, right? And I think it's one of those situations here with this Ace of Cups. It's like you don't realize like how powerful you are at this time, and I think some of you are maybe reclaiming that. Now, in the staff, in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you do have the Emperor card. Emperor is big boss energy. Okay, this is somebody who is a leader. This is somebody who is successful. Okay, it's also Aries energy, but it's somebody who's successful. And this is a very good omen to find in a business context. But this can refer to you being a boss, or you having to deal with a boss figure. This could also be connected to your father. The Emperor is the father archetype in the tarot. And, you know, if your father's not here on Earth anymore, this could be about you thinking about the way, like the programming that you learned from your father, or the memories of between you and your father, something like this going on here that you are looking to like maybe heal, or something like this could be coming in. You could also be repairing a relationship in some respects here as well. What I will say is some of you, I think, are stepping into some level of leadership here in your life, whether that's within your family unit, within your friend group, or, you know, something like this here. But I do definitely like to see that energy for you with the Emperor showing up, because it seems like you're being given a test right now. You have actually a very good reading, but it seems like you're being given a test here. And again, there's a lot of happiness. There's something to celebrate here. I think some of you have something to celebrate. I think you're going to pass this sort of metaphorical test here. In the external influence, you have this wish card here, which is the star. The star is all about a wish being granted to you. And it is Aquarius energy, but it is like connecting to your guiding star, or connecting to your guiding light, or enjoying synchronicity, having synchronicities as well. The star is one of my favorite cards. And it is this idea of, there are like lots of things with the star. It could be a big wish card. You know, it can be a card of synchronicities. Healing as well, as the star is the genie on the star. They're sitting in the healing pool of water here. And so I do think some of you are maybe repairing a relationship, or repairing something here, maybe with the family unit, maybe with a friend, maybe with your relationship to money and happiness here, the way that those two things are sort of interlinked or interwoven for you. In the hopes and fears, you have the Seven of Cups, which Seven of Cups is like having so many choices in front of you, and kind of needing to work through some type of overwhelming situation, or some type of overwhelming energy when you have that card. I'll be interested to see how we clarify, because to get the Seven of Cups and the hopes and fears maybe suggests that you're a little bit confused. I do think there's something here about fears here, with the Nine of Swords showing up in the thoughts and the Seven of Cups. There might just be, you might be spreading your energy too thin at this time. In the outcome, you have the Ace of Pentacles again. So we have Ace of Cups here below, which is like you don't see coming, right? Which is happiness arrives, or happiness begins. And then you have this Ace of Pentacles in the outcome, which is really nice. The Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning. It can be in the material side of life. It's seed energy. It's you planting a seed and really seeing it grow into the Ten of Pentacles, just like the Ace of Cups grows into or fills into the Ten of Cups. Eventually, the Ace of Pentacles grows into the Ten of Pentacles. And so you have a really nice outcome here. And, you know, yeah, looks very good. Let's go ahead and start to clarify this situation even more. I do appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. Please do hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow in a big way. Can we get 4 cards? I definitely want to take this card. Okay. Can we get 3 more cards here? This card, and yes, this card. Okay. So you have the Page of Cups, you have the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Empress, and you also have the Queen of Swords. Wow. So we have the Ten of Cups, we have Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups, we have Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Wow. That's incredible. So I really feel like some of you it's simple, which is like, oh, and you have the Empress and the Emperor. So this is the mother-father archetype in the tarot. It's also a power couple. And you do have this Page of Cups with the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups, which is pretty good for love, I will say. It's pretty good for love. This person would be absolutely the real deal. This would be like empire building, you know, like power couple, like all of that type of energy. Yeah, like somebody that you could raise children with or whatever, you know, something like that here. And yeah, I definitely feel like, but the thing is, this is a very simple thing, which is like, the universe is like testing you at this time. Okay, and there's like one thing to sort of like, it's like how you respond is important. The Queen of Swords could suggest focus. Also, is that Cupid on this card? Hold on. Or a cherub or something? Yeah, it's like, well, it's like a cherub or something. Cupid. Interesting. Yeah, some of you, oh, you know what's interesting? Some of you maybe have had maybe either your father or your mother was cold to you at some point in life. And it could mean that some of you are like repairing that connection that you have to your mother, or you're repairing that programming that you learned or you picked up from your mother. You might have had a cold parent. Could have been your father as well, father or mother. You might have had a cold parent, and maybe you're I don't know. That's like a message that's coming in for some people. What card is this? What card is this? Okay. Wow. You have the Ace of Cups here again. Definitely something happy coming into your life. This could be love for many of you. This could be something else for others of you. Your relationship. Okay. So you have the Six of Wands. Your relationship to money is improving, is what I was going to say. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Can we get one more card here? And you have the Four of Cups. Okay. Look, the universe is like, here you go. Look, here are 3 options. Which one are you going to take? Like, no, but this person, here's the thing about the Four of Cups. This person has invitations from the universe abound here, but they're missing out. So when you get the Four of Cups, the big thing is to not miss out on an opportunity. And I don't think you will, but I think some of you are hardworking here with the Eight of Pentacles. This is really nice. You have a really nice reading here. I do think that love arrives for some of you. Can we get some of these? Wow. Okay. What does that mean? What does that mean? Interesting. We're not going to take all of those. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take this one. Take that one, because that was upright in the deck. Can we get 3 more? I'm going to take that one. And can we get 2 more? Okay, 1 more. Okay. So courthouse, coffin, gift, poverty, message, imprisonment. Yeah, it's simple. It's really simple. Your first step is very important. Okay, you are hesitant, or I don't know if maybe it's hesitant. I'm not sure if that's the right way of describing it, but there's something here that's locking up your energy. You're creating a story in your mind that something's not going to work out. In other words, you're catastrophizing something. And as soon as you take the first step, everything's going to work out for you, because you have an incredible reading here. So that's what I have. Thank you. Oh, look, yeah, in repairing something to your child self, or repairing something that you learned from childhood here with child on the bottom. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.